Hey there, everyone. Around the wheel here, and you're watching Tom and Jerry, and this is the last part. It was a short weekend to be sure. Here we are back at the beginning of the work week. Ironically, at home is where we are, and this home is in severe dire straits. There's mutant food walking around everywhere. Clearly, they've got some plutonium in their house. There's fire falling from the sky. Probably roaches running around, I think, if I recall correctly. So yeah, good lord. Get back in the fridge where you belong. Yeah, there's pests everywhere. Man, whoever lives in this house is probably about to be served their eviction notice. No way I would buy a house like this. No way. This thing is going to be on the market faster than you can say subprime mortgage. Yeah, I need to be marbling it up. This is an easy place to get hit. This is a pretty hard level. I'd say this is the hardest level in the game right here. If we can get through this, it actually gets fairly easy. There we go. There's the lift we need. No. Yeah, there we go. I think this is a pit right here, so I'm going to be very careful. I don't think you can actually stand on the sink, which, makes a perverse amount of sense. This jump, oh my god. Well, first let's get rid of the immediate threat. Let's get rid of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They haven't put out a good album since Blood Sugar Sex Magic, in my opinion. There were parts of One Hot Minute that were still funky and alright, but that album was mostly an aberration, what with all the Dave Navarro nonsense and whatnot. Let's see, but that's just musical opinions. Why are we talking about musical opinions when we could be talking about Tom and Jerry, one of the lamest cartoons of the 50s and 60s, in my humble opinion? I really don't like Tom and Jerry. I think that's where all the fire is coming from, spreading through the house. That is just the final straw right there. Family, I am kicking you out for leaving the stove burning. What a what an egregious lack of propriety you people have. I hope to God you're not renting because the landlord is going to be pissed as hell. So that level is out of the way. Thank God, because that's actually the hardest one. I made it look a little bit easy, but there were plenty of opportunities for getting hit there. So, there we have it. Now we're moving on to the living room, which is the stakes are a lot lower because there are no pits or anything. I guess technically we could still fall too far, but hello, game. Wake up, game. Wakey wakey, hands off Snakey. Alright, there we go. Okay, I didn't mean to jump on the spring, but there are roaches all over the living room too. This is a travesty. What a miscarriage of justice there was in whatever enabled these people to have a house. And their furniture is awful. And why do they own multiple couches? I guess when you're getting free shit off of Craigslist, anything goes. There we are. I'm just going to try to avoid the roaches, actually. And I'm going to try to take the high road. There is a certain required segment around here. I love Jerry's little leaps of surprise. Like, I always leap at the last second he ends up getting hit, so it looks like he's just really scared of roaches, which honestly, I'm not. I've never had that big a fascination with bugs. So, there we go. Let's get recovered. Aw, they love their cat so much they have a picture of him. I wish I could push it off the shelf there. Tom, you suck. You suck as a cat, and you suck as a boss. There's health everywhere, though. I guess they feel like we haven't learned to deal with roaches by now. Everybody knows that was not a pit, thankfully. That's just a little... This is the little required segment right here, the little aquarium thing. Boy, this game is loading slowly. What? Oh, what a bunch of nonsense. Even the little fish hurt me? They're not a background detail? Oh. I was wrong about that being the only self-contained one-up in the game, actually. So how about that? Yeah, so evidently you want to get to the floor as quickly as possible because the little teeny-tiny flea fish, they hurt, which is, I think, a load of bullshit. That should be much more of an incidental detail. Alright, let's get up before anything else bad happens. Being in the aquarium is not a good place for mouse. I think you can actually go back in, but why the hell would we do that? That sounds like a waste of time. I like how you can still see the exit sign from the outside, though. Nice little continuity of detail there. And boing. I like how it forms an exclamation mark, though. Anything down here I need to know about? That would be a prime place for some cheese right there. They put cheese basically everywhere except the little nooks and crannies you would expect them to. That sounds about right. So, oh wow, thanks for that down arrow. I didn't know I was making a blind jump of 1 foot. Thanks, game. Boy, the stakes are really increasing here. Boing. Boing, boing. Oh, hey. Roaches. More roaches. Man, somebody has evidently never heard of raid. Bad jump. Okay, let's do the double. I'm close to a 1-up. That's the only reason I'm going after those. And I don't even think the game counts past like 9 1-ups. There we go. There's a good one. Let's stick our tails in an electrical socket and go on to the final level. The final level is a bit weird. It doesn't really follow any established pattern. Like, it doesn't follow the pattern of things reappearing and respawning. So it can be a little bit actually kind of difficult because it really throws you off for a final level. But we don't have to do any backtracking, so that's nothing to worry about. Here is where we're going to have to worry about Tom. He's going to wait until we've retreated into the safe space of the wall here. That is a pretty lovingly rendered spider, actually. I do got to give it up for that particular. And we can use all the marbles we want here because Tom is not really any sort of threat. Well, we can't use all the marbles we want. We are going to need some refills, but we need to be careful because Tom can reach out. I think we're supposed to... Oh, yeah, we're supposed to hit him in the face. That's right. He pops his face into the wall occasionally. Alright, that was not really the best time to go get him. Now is the time. Okay, 2 hits. That's pretty unusual, actually. But our little 99-second timer, we're going to end up stretching it here because this level... Okay, yeah, get down. You don't want to get swiped by the hand. It's not like it's an instant death or anything. It's not anything like that. It's still just a nuisance, though. And I don't think there's a whole lot of cheese here, actually. And once we hit Tom in the face enough times, he'll drop a key, and we will use that key to unlock the part of the rocket that's up there. Basically, what we're doing is we're putting a little rocket together to launch Tom to the moon. Because, hey, that's funny, right? Let's send a cat to the moon, where he won't be able to breathe, and his head will inflate until he can breathe no more. Now, once we drop this down here, we're going to end up assembling the pieces eventually. As you can see, the area to the not quite far right over here. Ah, yes, we're already at the next segment. Very good. There we go. Let's get in as quickly as we can here with the hits. Okay, yeah. I maybe could have scored 2 there. I feel like I'm going to score 2 right here. Oh, 3. Wow, that's incredibly rare for that to be able to happen. Oh, man, that one doesn't seem like it counted. It doesn't... His face didn't really... Okay, yeah. We're getting cooking with gas on this one, though. But you can see kind of the area to the near right here. It's completely blank, so we can actually assemble a rocket with impunity as long as we just push things down. The trick is that you don't want to follow the pieces down. The pieces are just fine. They're not despawning or anything, which I think that is a nice little bit of fairness right here. I think we have one more rocket piece to put together after this. I think it's a 3-piece rocket. And then there's one final step after that, so... Whoa, hello. Oh, respawning spiders. You clearly had a nest laid just for this occasion, you dirty rat. Now it's going to respawn again. Wow. Yeah, this is where the hit detection is not so hot. Boy, I'm just wasting all kinds of marbles here. I should probably actually stay over here. There we go. Stay on top of this thing. And I think this is a safe place to hit him from, so I don't have to actually get up on the thing at all. Oh, come on now. Did that one count? I don't think it did. What a load. See, we're already down to like 27 seconds, which is like 6 hours in real time. So really, the pressure is on right here. Oh, I hate it when they sync up like that. Okay, I hope that didn't like despawn the amount of hits he's supposed to be taking here. I don't think it does. I think Tom is fairly... Okay. Alright. Yeah, but we only have a few seconds to make it down the end here. There we go. Alright. Alright, now we need to get crack-a-lackin'. Yeah, there's your only bit of health right there at the very top. Alright, let's push that down. Alright, we have 14 seconds, so we only have... And you can't just drop straight down either. You gotta remember that, so... Okay, yeah. I don't think we should need marbles for any reason, but we are definitely stretching the clock here. There's our rocket. Okay. Now we just need to push it into Tom's reach. Hopefully he'll grab it. Okay, it needs to be a little farther out. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is a bit fickle right here. What are you doing? Why aren't you grabbing it? You asshole cat. You better. Thank God. Wow. One one super long country second left on the clock. But after that, you get your little cutscene. And somehow that little rocket is enough to power Tom's ascent to the cheese-colored moon, where he's now going to spend the rest of his days fighting Martians. And I think I got my 5 for the ones digit. Ha ha ha! Alright, I didn't quite reach 10,000. That's a little bit lame. But who's cared about points in forever anyway? But that is pretty much it for Tom and Jerry. Just a short little weekend project. A dinky little platformer from my childhood that I remember fondly, even though it's frankly pretty terrible. But isn't that the way with games? That's kind of just the way games go sometimes. You know, you when you're a kid, you don't have access to a bunch of games. You do now because you have the internet. So, you know, even an 8-year-old I think could learn to use an emulator with enough practice. But, when I was a kid, you got the games you got and you had to make them last. There are quite a few games like this I've uh that I've covered both on this incarnation of the channel and the previous one, that games that I made do with because you had to. You had to, And if you beat a game in like one day, it was a waste of money. And that's just the way it was back then. This game I would consider a waste of money because I think I was able to beat it the first time I went through it. But I'm not the one who spent money on it, so it's not my problem. Games had high challenge to make up for the fact that they were short. And so and if you bought a bad game, you bought a bad game and you made the best of it. That was the way things went. And this was one of those, even though, like I say, I didn't drop any money on this, it was one of the few options available to me. So you just kind of had to grin and bear it. And this is one of those grin and bear it games. Everybody has a game like that, I think. Everybody has a few games like that in their memory. And this is one of mine. Tom, quit playing with all that celluloid. What a waste of film. I was going to archive that. But that is the end of Tom and Jerry. A right shorty. And now let us never speak of it again. I will see you guys back to our regularly scheduled whatever. That's probably even running concurrently with this, so who cares? See you guys next time. Around the bend.